Our house is wasting electricity. Let's hunt the energy thieves. Unplug vampire device for sunlight and solar panels.
Rawan and the adventure of saving electrical energy. Rawan was a girl who loved the color of the sunset and the glow of the stars. But one evening, as she sat in her living room, she noticed something strange. The house was far brighter than the starry sky outside. Lights were buzzing in every corner, even in rooms where no one was sitting. Why is the hallway light on? Rawan asked herself. She walked to the kitchen and found the overhead lamp shining onto an empty floor. Even the guest room, which stayed quiet all night, was bathed in a golden glow. It felt like the house was trying to outshine the sun. She looked at the television. Even though it was turned off, a tiny, angry red light stared back at her from the corner of the screen. Her tablet charger was plugged into the wall, whispering with electricity even though her tablet was already full. "This is a waste," Rawan whispered. Rawan decided it was time for a mission. She went to her room and found a bright green ribbon. She tied it around her arm and declared, "From today, I am the energy waste hunter." Her mission was simple: find the hidden energy thieves and stop them. Click. The hallway went dark. Click. The kitchen light went silent. Rawan moved through the house like a shadow, turning off every switch that didn't need to be on. She felt like a guardian of the night, letting the natural moonlight peek through the windows. Her brother, Ray, came out of his room, blinking in the dim light. "What are you doing, Rawan?" he asked. Rawan held up a small, pear-shaped object. "I'm checking our bulbs, Ray. These old ones get too hot. We need to use LED bulbs. They stay cool and use much less power." Rawan sat at her desk with a notebook and a pencil. She began to draw a map of the house. "You know, Ray," she said, "sometimes we forget to turn off the lights. What if the lights knew when we were there?" She sketched a small device near the ceiling, a motion sensor. The next morning, Rawan arrived at school with a new spark in her eyes. As she walked through the glass-walled hallways, she noticed the overhead lights were blazing. Outside, the sun was shining brightly, pouring light through the massive windows. In the classroom, the atmosphere was cheerful, but the electric lights were still competing with the daylight. Rawan stood by the window, feeling the warmth of the sun on her hands. She knew the school could save so much energy if they just used what nature provided. During the morning break, Rawan called Ray over. Together, they went to the back of the classroom where the heavy blinds were partially closed. "Let's let the giant light bulb in the sky do the work," Rawan suggested. They pulled the blinds all the way up. Their teacher noticed the change and invited Rawan to speak to the class. Rawan stood at the front, holding a colorful poster she had made. It showed a giant, smiling sun connected to a house. "The sun gives us more than just light," she told her classmates. "It gives us power." Ray raised his hand high. "How can the sun turn on my computer?" he asked. The whole class leaned in to hear the answer. Rawan smiled. "Through solar panels. They catch the sunlight and turn it into electricity without making any smoke or hurting the earth." After school, the principal met Rawan and Ray in the garden. Rawan showed them a small solar-powered lamp that had been placed near the flowers. If we start small, we can grow big, she said. Maybe one day, our whole school roof will be covered in solar panels. Rawan and Ray looked up at the blue sky. They knew that by saving energy and using the sun, they were protecting the trees, the animals, and their own future. Rawan wasn't just a hunter of waste anymore, she was a protector of the planet.